Today is day 20, and guess what? We have finished brooding our 1000 birds in here. Normally, brooding in layers take sometimes up to a month, sometimes 25, 24 days, minimum 23 days. But for us over here, we have brooded our birds in just 20 days. If you want to know the secret, wait for the video. Well, my name is Jacob. I'm a poultry farmer in here doing layers, commercial layers. So it's been actually a brooding period, and to be honest, guys, it was really hard. But thanks so much. We are done with brooding, and I've tried to show you how our birds have grown just in 20 days. So over here, you can take a look at the birds. By the way, I've expanded the house. Initially, it was ending somewhere here. Take a look how the birds are really healthy, running up and down. So initially, the house was ending somewhere here at this pole, but it wasn't now good. So I had to open the tents up to that side. So you can see the birds running, just very happy. So we have managed to brood our birds perfectly, though we had some mortalities. I think I should first try to show you our record book for the farm. This is where we actually write down everything. You must make sure that you do have a record book on your farm, because there are things that you need to record day in, day out. Take a look at the birds. They are now really happy, really happy. So over here is our record book. Let me first try to show you how the birds have been doing. So in here you can see how our, I don't know if it is seen clearly. Yeah. So in here you can see this is brooding. As you can see up here, it is a record book for brooding, and here you can see the date, number of birds, death, like mortalities, and then here remaining number of birds, feed intake per bird. Take a look at the birds. They have come close to me. I think they are now saying that, what is this person doing? Take a look at the birds. Let me first try to grab one and then you take a look. This is actually Isa brown. The breed is Isa brown, and then they are brown in color. That's why you see, let me first try to get this. You see the colors have now started to change to brown, you know. So actually that was a quick one. So the birds are running towards me, I think because of the voice. So like I was saying, here is the feed intake in kilograms, body weight. If you have any health issues, this is very important. Let's say that you find a disease, or let's say that something occurs on your poultry farm. The vet who will come on your poultry farm will come and then will need this, you know, just like the record books that we have for the hospital. So you need it too, because when you go to another hospital, they will now use that same book, that record book, to see your health issues normally. So here, if you have any health issues, make sure that you note them down. And then of course the vaccines or medications given. And then over here, I think this is also very important, the expenses on the farm, such that at the end of the day, you guys know how much you have injected in the business. Normally, people neglect this so much. They just get in their money and then chunk it all in the business. And then at the end of the day, you are not sure whether you have gotten profits or losses. That's because of not having a good record book. Take a look at this one. This is not for you. So that is it. And then you can see that on week 1, we received actually our birds on the 13th of this month. So you can take a look that of last month, I mean, because it is first today. So last month on the 13th, that's when we received our birds. They have really gathered near me. We actually got 1010 birds. And then on day one, we lost 4 birds, which that was on day one, and then we are left with 1,006. And then on day two, we lost 4. On day 3, we lost 2. On day 4, 1. Day 5, 0. Day 6, 0. Day 7, 1. Day 8, 1. Day 9, 1. Day 10, 0. Just like that. So as you can see, the mortalities were high in the first week. You know, that is expected, because during the first week there are certain birds that they are hatched, and then they are very weak. Let's say like this, they are weak or something like that, so they cannot manage. So out of, let's say, 10 birds, all of them cannot survive. You will have others which are weak, others which are having some problems. So the same like people. That's why you see in a family you can have 10 children and then maybe one is lame. So I think that is normal. So in here you can see that the mortalities were very high during the first, I think, 1, 2, 3, the first 3 days, and then after that the mortalities went down. You can see that we last had mortality on week 2, and then after that up to now we don't have any mortality. So currently we are left with 994 birds in here, the ones that you're looking at. And then when you try to look at the, of course this is the number of the birds, the feed intake, I wasn't able to put it down. I will tell you the reason. One is that normally when you bring birds onto your poultry farm, much as there is a certain amount of grams that you should give your birds, at this stage we are really fighting these birds to gain market weight very quickly. So if you are to stick on the amount of the feeds needed to feed the birds every day, you will find yourself that your birds haven't put up their weight in the required time. That's why I try to note it down, and then you will find that you are adding feeds over and over again. Like in the first 4 days, 5 days, you would add feeds like in the feeders, and then in the pan feeders, and then on the cardboards down, everything. So it was hard for me to actually know the real amount of the feeds that we have used, but I know the amount of the feeds that we got in for the brooding. So in here I didn't write it. That's why you see it is having some dashes. And then of course the body weight, you must measure the body weight of your birds. That's very, very important, because let's say that you don't actually meet up the required body weight of a bird in a stated period of time. That will first affect the uniformity in the birds, you know, because you will see some other birds very big and others are small. That's one of the reasons. And the reason as to why we need to reach the targeted body weight is that we are actually targeting how our birds are going to lay. Because let me tell you that the body weight of these birds can really affect the size of the eggs of our birds. Yeah, that's true. That is why you see some poultry farmers having birds laying small eggs than others. That is because they did not target the weight of their birds at a time. So do this, and then you are not doing it for now. You are doing it for the future, because right now you may not be so much involved in the body weight, but later on, if the birds start to lay, you will find that your eggs are very small, and by that time you will now try to give them the right feeds, and then the systems would have developed. So those are the eggs that they are going to be giving you throughout. So make sure that you do target the body weight of these birds very well. And then over here you can see that at week 1 we were at 80 grams. And then week 2 you can see that we were at 220 grams, but the maximum was 210. So I think we are over by 10 grams, which is not bad. So over here you can see the health issues. We didn't have any health issues in the first 2 days, and then on the 3rd and then 4th day we had a ray neck. This ray neck over here, let me first try to explain it. It actually strangles the neck of a bird. When you see a bird having ray neck, the neck will be like facing a different direction, and then eventually the bird will fall down. So we had this health problem like for 2 days, and then I gave them more vitamins and then glucose. Up to now we didn't have this issue over here. So up to now there is no any health issues that we have gotten from our birds. And then of course here the vaccines. On the first day we gave the vitamins and then glucose, second up to 5 days, and then on the 7th day that's NCD stroke IB, and then of course Gumboro, that is the second vaccine. The third vaccine, it's I think in about 2 days, it's also Gumboro. We are repeating Gumboro. Gumboro normally affect birds from week 3 to week 7. So that's what we are going to be vaccinating our birds with. And then over here you can see the expenses on the farm, like fuel for water, slashing. So these are like minor things. So you must have this on your poultry farm, you know, have this on your poultry farm, and then it will be easy for you to actually run your poultry farm. There's actually a lot to be shared on the channel. So if you don't want to miss any update, of course, about poultry, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you find the video joyful to you, give this video a like, and don't forget to turn on your bell notification. That way you will be notified immediately I drop any video on the channel. See you.